sometimes, I'm in the position where I've got an absolute singular vision, and I will stop at nothing to kind of get that down. And I think, with this particular set, David really had a great sense of what he wanted it to be.
It's simple to see it's at Magic TV, so the world can believe it's at Magic TV.
I'm Jason with Ed Magic TV.
What is Ed Magic TV? Excuse my ignorance.
We do everything. We variety. We do a lot of celebrity interviews. We do a lot of red carpets.
Oh, okay,
Just
cool.
name it, we do it.
You name it, we do it. Okay, fine. I like it.
I'm here with
Hamish Hamilton.
You're the man of the hour.
I wouldn't say that I'm the man of the hour. I'm one of many men's of, I wouldn't say that I'm the man of the hour. I would say that I'm kind of part of a big creative team who want to make the show great.
So you guys have a beautiful stage. I know it took a lot of work into you. What was the main factor that you were trying to shoot for this year?
I mean, to be honest with you, David and Adam and Bill kind of created... David and Adam and Bill, first of all, kind of created the kind of the visual language of the show, and from that visual language, they then decided how that kind of would translate into a set and into colours, and how they would bring that kind of look out from the stage into the house, and they kept the curtain from last year. They've changed the layout in the room, which I think is fantastic. And then, the second stage of that process was bringing in people like myself, and I kind of gave it kind of a television perspective, and then there's a million other people come on board. And now it's a very strong, very collaborative team, and we're all in the final stages of putting this great show together.
What was the biggest input you felt you put into it?
Well, I guess as a television director, you think more about the close-ups than you do about the big vision. I spend my life looking at close-ups and medium body shots and stuff. David, as an architect, thinks as much of a bigger picture, probably. So that's where David and I had some very kind of constructive discussions about. I'm like, David, this looks absolutely amazing. What's it going to look like in close-up? And he's like, oh, you're killing me. And it's that kind of, and it's that, and obviously, every time you change a close-up, it affects the bigger picture, and vice versa. So it's been fascinating working with someone who's got a really strong, unique vision. And not only that, David has got a great way of getting his vision down, getting his own way, So there's a couple of times I would go in and I would be like, this is what we need to do. And then he'd come out and I'd have a smile on my face, but nothing had changed. It's like, I just got David Rockwell. He's a genius.
You just nodded and kept going, right?
Yeah, I think sometimes, I'm in the position where I've got an absolute singular vision, and I will stop at nothing to kind of get that down. And I think, with this particular set, David really had a great sense of what he wanted it to be, and he's kind of really kind of narrowed and zoned in on that, and has brought us all along. And as I've kind of gone in along the way and said, David, but I don't know about that, and he's like, oh, it does, la la la, and you're like, what happened there? But he's come up with a great set. It's amazing.
It is. It's beautiful. Did you guys fit any of the stage to any of the performers?
The whole thing has been designed. The whole set has been designed around what we're going to put on it. I mean, sets don't work if there's no thinking behind what you're actually going to do on that set. That might sound ridiculous, but you know what? A lot of sets that I deal with are designed well before any performer is put on there or even thought about, which, is probably the rule rather than the exception. This has been done the other way around.
Are you sleepy now that the time's coming closer and closer?
My sleep is definitely interrupted, my sleep is, I'd love to be sleeping longer. I'd love to feel a little bit more relaxed. It's strange. I feel strange, actually. I feel, on one level, I feel fantastically happy to be here and amazingly grateful. On another level, I feel just really nervous, and there's almost times when you get a bit overwhelmed by it and you think, I can't do this. There's just too much to do and too many conversations and too much. And then that'll pass, and then I'll be jumping up and down going, yeah, I'm doing the Oscars. And then somebody else will hit you with another piece of information like, oh, I can't do this. Yeah, I can. No, I can't. It's, it's a real roller coaster emotionally.
A lot of up and down, like you said. So what else are you really looking forward to for the night? Are you frustrated about the red carpet? Are you, I don't want to say frustrated, I should say nervous about the red carpet, nervous about anything going wrong, or are you just ready to let it flow?
You know what, if I actually thought about all the things that could go wrong in detail, in real detail, I'd probably not turn up. You know, I've done a lot of live shows. I've done a lot of big live shows, and I'm aware of what can go wrong. I've had to deal with it in the past, and I feel that me and my team are really prepared to roll with it. You know, we are prepared to roll with it. I hope it doesn't happen. I hope, you know, I hope there are no technical disasters, because it's just such a shame. You know, it won't be because things haven't been planned. It won't be because we haven't thought about it. But at the end of the day, you know, I'm sitting in a giant computer called a television truck. Everything in the show is computerized. You know, when was the last time your computer crashed? They do, don't they? They do. Computers crash, things go wrong, you know, and you've got backup and redundancy and double backup. But sometimes, just sometimes, things do go wrong. You've got to deal with it.
Let's leave it on a great tip. I'm very excited about the show. I saw last year's, of course, who didn't. The stage is beautiful once again, and you're part of that. How does that rank on all the glories of the things you have done in your lifetime?
I mean, I watched the show last year, right? I watched it from the beginning to the end for the first time in a number of years. I loved it. First of all, I thought the set was magnificent. I thought it was really well directed. And I thought the whole story about Slumdog Millionaire and, you know, the kind of sitting in the heart of Hollywood, from Bombay, what a fairy tale story. It was amazing, you know, and that just carried me right the way through to the end. The visual narrative was divine. And now there's this year. We've got to build on that. We've got a great visual narrative. We've got a strong editorial narrative. And I'm hoping that it's going to all pay off. And you know what? I'm hoping that people love it.
I did too. Thank you so much for your time.
Pleasure there.
Thank you. And off the camera.